Let's talk about a feeling. It's something that's probably as old as humanity itself. A deep, quiet question that kind of sits in the back of all our minds. It's not a fear of monsters or anything like that, but something way more personal.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. Dying. It's a fundamental human fear, right? The end of everything you know. It's a heavy thought. But is it the scariest thought?
Because there's the other side of the coin, not just that your life ends, but that it gets completely erased. The idea that everything you did, everyone you loved, every single thought you ever had just vanishes.
And that's what really stinks, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to leave the party. It's a whole other thing for nobody to even remember you were there in the first place. It's a chilling idea that kind of goes beyond death itself.
You know, this isn't the kind of fear that makes you scream. It's not a jump scare. It's more like a slow, creeping feeling. A low hum in the background that makes you question if any of this, your existence, even matters. And that's why we're talking about it today. Because whether we want to admit it or not, this feeling, it connects every single one of us. It's this universal part of being human. So where on earth does it come from?
Well, that brings us right here. The human need to matter. You see, this fear, it all comes down to a fundamental drive that's just hardwired into our DNA. It goes way beyond just surviving. It's about this deep-seated need to feel like we're significant.
Because for us, just existing, that's not enough. We have this deep, innate desire for our lives to have meant something, to have made some kind of impact, left some kind of ripple behind. And this shows exactly how we try to do it. We write music, we build things, we share our stories, we form these incredibly deep bonds with other people. Every one of these is basically us shouting into the void, I was here, I did something. It's our attempt to leave a little piece of ourselves behind.
And this just nails it. Being remembered feels like validation. It's like getting proof that our time here wasn't just some random accident, but that it actually had a purpose and meant something to other people.
Okay, so let's dive into the psychology of how this all works in our heads. There's a clear line of thinking our brain follows that ties memory to meaning. But it also leads us to a pretty tough conclusion.
I mean, think about it. What is your identity if not your personal story? It's the collection of all your experiences and relationships. But a story needs an audience, right? If there's no one left to hear it, it kind of feels like the story itself just disappears. And here's the logical chain our brain makes. We feel our lives have meaning when we make an impact on the world or on other people. But how can an impact exist if there's no memory of it? A forgotten impact might as well be no impact at all.
And here's where we have to just pause for a second, because this is the uncomfortable reality of it all. Time is immense. Generations come and go, empires rise and fall, and even the most famous names eventually fade. For almost all of us, our personal stories will eventually be lost.
So if this is such an ancient fear, you'd think we'd have made peace with it by now. But nope. Our modern world, especially social media, has basically poured gasoline all over this fire.
This cycle is just relentless. We're constantly visible online, right? Which means we're constantly comparing our legacy to everyone else's. That sparks this frantic chase for likes, shares, followers, all to create a permanent digital you. And what's driving it? That deep fear of just disappearing online, which now feels like disappearing for real.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty bleak. I get it. But what if we've been asking the wrong question this whole time? What if the goal isn't to last forever? Let's explore a huge shift in perspective.
This slide, this is the whole key. We get so obsessed with the how long. How long will my name last? But what if we shifted our focus to the how deep? How deeply can I affect the moment I'm actually in right now? It's about the quality of our impact, not the duration of our memory.
And this is how you make that real. The kind word you give a friend, the undivided attention you give your kid for 5 minutes, that tiny little courtesy you show a stranger. These things might not end up in a history book, but their impact is real, it's profound, and it's immediate. They matter right now.
And that's what this has all been about. When you peel back all the layers, the fear isn't really about being forgotten. It's about the fear of not mattering. And that's something we have control over every single day. And maybe, just maybe, that's the answer. Your existence doesn't have to echo for centuries to be worthwhile. Affecting the lives you can touch, living with purpose, and just being here, now, in this moment. Maybe that's more than enough.
If this explainer gave you something to chew on, One of the easiest ways you can let us know is to just hit that like button. It really helps us know we're making content that connects.
I am genuinely curious to hear what you think about this. Is chasing a legacy important, or is finding meaning in the moment a better way to live? Let's get a real conversation going down in the comments.
And finally, if you enjoy diving into these kinds of big questions, make sure you subscribe. We love exploring the ideas that shape our lives, but that we rarely ever talk about. Thanks so much for being here.